Zina Mbele was 14 when she arrived at school in her favorite dress for the traditional photo shoot. Her smile was broad, her hair newly braided, her heart full of hope. If you're new, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, let us know where you're watching from. She had always adored cameras, striking poses in front of mirrors, fantasizing about being on magazine covers one day. But as she joined line for her turn, the laughing began. Layla Ba, the school's most popular girl, flicked her hair and eyed Zina from head to toe. "You're cute for being so dark," she sneered. "Modeling isn't what girls like you do." The people around her erupted into laughter. The words stung Zina like a slap. The laughter was louder than the camera clicks. She stood still. The twinkle in her eyes faded. She smiled for the camera, but silently something inside her crumbled. On the surface, she remained the same, but inwardly she dwindled. She ceased volunteering to be photographed after that day. In crowds, she stayed at the back. When someone produced a phone, she turned her head. In the mirror, she began to see only her skin, like something was wrong with it. The glow she carried was concealed behind doubt. And every time she recalled Layla saying, "It hurt once more," not because they were true, but because they caused her to wonder whether they were . She never said to anyone how much it pained her, but her aunt saw. Auntie Malaika took her one evening, firmly grasped her chin, and said, "You are not too dark. The world is too blind." Those words planted something tiny in Zina, a low voice of courage. That weekend, Zina started clipping up magazine pictures of dark-skinned women and taping them onto the insides of a notebook. Each time she spotted someone who resembled her dazzling, she added it to the pages. It was her secret reminder. Beauty had nothing to do with what everyone else saw. It had everything to do with what she thought. And gradually that thought started developing once again. She used to enjoy having her picture taken, but now she steered clear of cameras altogether. During school events, she was standing in the back row, half hidden away. She excused herself while friends took selfies. She wore hoodies, even in summer, attempting to shrink herself into the backdrop. She saw only her skin every time she caught a glimpse of herself in the mirror, never her bright smile or soft features. She only saw her skin. Layla's words were playing in her head like a broken record. Zina believed them. She thought she was too dark to be thought of as beautiful. But Auntie Malaika saw over the sink one night, washing dishes. She turned to Zina and asked softly, "What's wrong, my star?" Zina attempted to wave it off, but her aunt wasn't deceived. She turned Zina's face to hers and spoke with quiet strength. "You are not too dark. The world is too blind." Her voice wasn't trembling. Her eyes weren't watering. That single sentence broke the barrier Zina had constructed around herself. That evening, Zina slept alone, remembering those words. The following day, she worked through old magazines and discovered pictures of models and actresses whose skin was rich and dark like hers. She cut them out meticulously and glued them into a notebook. Below each picture, she jotted small notes. Bold, beautiful, strong, me. It became her secret project, a scrapbook of reminders that she wasn't alone, that women who looked like her were powerful and admired. She began to collect images each week. She sought out beauty in places she used to ignore. Her mirror no longer frightened her as much. The more she filled the book, the more she saw herself differently. It wasn't sudden. It wasn't boisterous. But something was taking root in her once more, quiet strength, fragment by fragment. This scrapbook was her mirror, one that showed strength rather than shame. And although she still shied from the camera eye, a new sort of light was beginning to emanate from within her. Zina started posting photos, warm, unfiltered portraits of herself with no makeup, no filters, no elaborate lighting, just her face. Deep, glowing, authentic. She didn't smile in most of them. She didn't pose like the influencers. She simply stared straight into the lens with quiet strength. Her text was direct. "This is me, Melanin loud." At first, hardly anyone paid attention. But gradually, the right eyes started to notice. A Ghanaian beauty blogger shared one of her postings describing it. This is what pride looks like. Someone in Rwanda reposted it with #darkandDivine. Before long, her pictures were being reposted all over Africa. South African stylists, Kenyan makeup artists, Nigerian fashion blogs, everyone joined the trend. Her following exploded overnight. Girls messaged her telling her that for the first time they felt seen. Some wept, some posted their own photos, some simply said thank you. Zina remained silent throughout it all. She never celebrated or bragged. She simply continued posting, one photo at a time. Her page became safe, a kind of online mirror for others. And then there were the DMs, initial small jewelry brand, then fashion line. A skincare firm reached out to send her free samples. Larger pages approached with collaboration offers. But Zina did not respond to most of them. She was not interested in any brand that wanted to collaborate. She was holding out for the brand that got her message. Her friends were surprised. Why aren't you saying yes? But Zina understood she wasn't seeking fame. She was seeking authenticity. Her silence was not shy. It was powerful. Layla, meanwhile, was on the rise. With impeccable lighting, heavy filters, and glossy captions, she was one of the most popular girls in town. She hawked skin lightening products and shared fake before and after selfies. Her followers applauded her glow up and brands showered her with deals. Her attitude changed, nastier, more conceited. But as Layla pursued fame, Zina constructed something tangible. And then on one day, Zina got a DM from Nyota Glow, a leading African skincare company recognized for honoring natural beauty and deep melanin. They had been watching her journey and asked her to be the face of their newest campaign, Proud and Radiant. She couldn't believe it. Nyota Glow had been among the brands in her scrapbooks since she was a kid. Their ads included women such as her, dark-skinned, confident, unapologetic. Now, they wanted her not only to model, but to embody all she believed in. Her aunt appeared. Zina presented her with the message. Auntie Malika simply smiled and whispered, "I told you the world would catch up." Zina affirmed the following morning, not because she was thrilled, but because she was on a mission. The Nyota Glow launch happened with bang. Giant billboards illuminated cities in Africa: Lagos, Nairobi, Accra, Johannesburg, Kigali. Zina's face shone with pride, her skin unblemished, her eyes fearless. The words proud and radiant were emblazoned next to her. She wasn't merely a model, she was the message. Next, Layla shared a selfie in front of one of the billboards with the following caption. Nyota Glow really went all out. I am in love with this campaign. She had no idea the face behind her was Zina. The comments blew up in minutes. Girl, that's Zina. You bullied her in school. This is so ironic. The post went viral. People laughed. Some called it karma. Others congratulated Zina on her quiet ascension. But Zina didn't react. She didn't have to. The instant spoke for itself. Soon afterward, Layla submitted an application to join Nyota Glow's influencer program. What she did not realize was that Zina now belonged to the review board. She looked at Layla's submission, high followers, clean content, polished pictures, but she recalled more than digits. She recalled the hallway, the laughter, the agony. It wasn't about revenge, it was about defending the space she had helped create. Zina clicked decline. Later in the week, Layla wrote an ambiguous post concerning fake brands. Zina did not reply. She did not have anything to prove. The girl who had teased her beforehand now wished to join the thing that she had built. But not everyone can enter the door that they previously locked. Zina moved on. She began speaking up about colorism, representation, and power. She spoke on Instagram, in schools, and then at the UN Youth Forum. Wearing her natural hair and radiant dark skin, she stood at the podium not as a celebrity, but as a girl who once thought she was invisible. Now, she was unforgettable. Walking down her old school one day, Students whispered and pointed. Are you the girl from the billboard? You're so beautiful. You inspire me. Zina smiled gently. She went to the very place where Layla once uttered those haunting words. The memory was no longer painful. It felt remote, an old tale she had left behind. Now, her face was plastered on buses in stores across cities, not to show everyone wrong, but to show herself right. Her voiceover rolled. I was too dark to model. Now my skin lights up cities. No hate, just power. Full circle. What used to make her invisible now made her unforgettable. And this time, the world didn't just notice her, they celebrated her.